Hey everyone, it's Ken Mazur from the Postcard Homes team at Johnston and Daniel, and what I wanted to do today was walk you through the TRREB housing market charts and market stats for May 2020. There have been a lot of forecasts, predictions, and models for the Toronto and Canadian real estate market. So what I wanted to do was, rather than take a really long-term lens, was really shrink it down and tell you what the latest stats, figures, and numbers are telling us about the market activity. In short, it looks like the summer market is going to be what would have been the spring market of 2020. We're seeing a lot more buyers and sellers get back into the marketplace, and we're seeing a lot more activity than we had in April. So the first chat here is the number of TRREB MLS sales on a monthly basis with a 3-year comparison. And there's two stories to look at here. The first being in the month of May, there's a significant decrease in the number of listings year over year. We're actually down 53.7% on a year over year basis. So way below where we were last year, but there is encouraging news in this as well. So when the pandemic was declared in March and we entered our state of emergency, there was obviously a significant drop in the number of sales, as April was really a wait and see month. No one really knew what was going to happen in the marketplace, so both the number of buyers and sellers really pulled back. However, we're seeing a sharp increase in the number of sales on a month over month basis, and we're actually up 55.2% on a month over month basis, which is fantastic. So we're starting to see some momentum come into the marketplace. We're seeing more buyers enter the marketplace and get off the sidelines. Likewise for sellers, more sellers are understanding what it takes and what it entails to sell with COVID-19. So once again, the large drop after the state of emergency was declared in March. And if we look from May, once again, obviously the number of listings is way down. We're down 53.1% on a year over year basis. However, we are up 47.5% on a month over month basis. So once again, sellers are entering the marketplace. We are seeing more listings. And once again, I would expect this to continue right into June. Here is the number of sales to new listings ratio. So this is basically how many properties are being listed and then sold on the marketplace. And it's relatively flat and unchanged on both a year over year and a month over month basis. And if we look at the average resale home price, there's also some great news in here. Believe it or not, in the midst of all this, home prices are up on a year over year basis. You can see the slight upward trend. The average home sold for $838,248 in May of 2019, and we are up 3% on a year over year basis to $863,599. And if you look at the HPI, that's the home price index benchmark, which is a little more accurate because it makes seasonal adjustments, takes into account different types of home, different price points. It is actually up significantly higher, 9.4%, with an average HPI benchmark price of $870,000. Now I wanted to look at what we're seeing in terms of boots on the ground and actual activity. So Broker Bay is a front office software program that handles a lot of downtown brokerages appointments. So when you phone to want to see a property, most brokerages are with Broker Bay. It's not all brokerages, so these aren't a true snapshot of the entire GTA, but it'll give you a sense of what's happening with a lot of downtown brokerages over the past 90 to 30 days. So if we look at the number of showings over the last 90 days, you can see obviously March, at the beginning of March, there was a high point. Then the state of emergency was declared and we had a significant decrease once the pandemic set in. Then April being the wait and see month, and once May hit, we've had a steady upward trend. And an interesting in this month is that we have actually surpassed the low point of the pre-pandemic. So on March 10th, there were 5,285 showings booked, and on May 29th, there were 7,099 showings booked. So we've actually surpassed pre-COVID-19 state of emergency showing levels, which is fantastic in terms of market activity. Likewise, in the number of offers, you have more showings, you're obviously going to get more offers. So once again, the low point down here being 244 offers written. And when we compare that to the end of May, once again, we have a high point of 388 offers. So once again, the sharp decline, the wait and see, and that upward trajectory. And this is if we just look solely at the month of May. Once again, big uptick in activity at the start of the month. We had 3,601 showings booked, steady upward trajectory to 7,099 as the high point for the month of May. So we are seeing more buyers get off the sideline, visit properties. Most brokerages have established strict COVID-19 health and safety protocol showings, and more agents are adapting to digital tools, which is fantastic. So buyers are getting more comfortable and increasingly comfortable with the idea of doing all their research online, going to, do a limited showing to verify that the property meets their needs, and proceeding with offers. And finally, here's just a quick snapshot, month over month showings, offers, new MLS listings, exclusives, and sold. Once again, this is just for Broker Bay, not the whole market. But you can see that these numbers are very reflective of the overall TRREB numbers, in that the number of listings are up, the number of sales are up, and overall we're seeing some momentum in the marketplace. Obviously, this is a very fluid situation. We are not out of the woods yet, but it does show that there is good momentum in the marketplace, and I expect that we will have a busy summer, with the summer market actually becoming what would have been the spring market of this year. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic day. We look forward to keeping you updated and talking again soon.